Ready?
Ready, let's do it.
All right, man. We're back. Episode
Welcome, everybody.
18. How's it going, bud?
Going awesome. How you doing, JJ?
Oh, I've been better, but I've also been worse, so.
Hey, we're still vertical.
Vertical. So we had a pay-per-view this weekend.
TLC.
TLC, and you know what? It wasn't even really that bad.
No, it wasn't actually.
The triple threat women's.
I was so glad that was the main event.
Yeah.
Oh,
you called that. That was a really good match. There was a lot of high spots, a lot of dangerous stuff, and I'm watching it wondering, I don't know if I like women doing that. That's really dangerous. Like when Becky came off that ladder,
she went full force
on Charlotte's ribs.
I thought Charlotte broke one of her ribs.
I don't know how she got up 5 minutes later and continued, but yeah, it's cool that they can do those high spots, but it doesn't really, like the audience is clapping and cheering, and it's like these people are gonna be bruised.
I like that they're taking risks though, because how many years did the guys always take risks? Now it's the women that are taking risks.
But that's for me. It doesn't really interest me that much, though. You know, I think girls are supposed to be pretty and not break bones or faces. So
I just like good wrestling, and all three of those women can go.
Yeah, and we got that too because there was a lot of awesome spots. A lot of good wrestling. So yeah, it was overall an awesome match. It could be match of the year contender, right?
What I predicted.
Yeah, you predicted Becky Lynch dropping the belt, which last week
that's the
was
first
totally
stage
confused.
of what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think they're priming up for that.
I think the second stage is Becky winning the Rumble.
Becky winning the Rumble
and going on to face Ronda. And I think Charlotte is going to face Asuka.
Yeah.
In a rematch from last year. And Asuka is going to beat Charlotte this year.
Yeah, because now she's champ.
Yeah, she's going to get her win back.
Yeah. Yeah, that was so cool to see Asuka win. She totally deserves it.
Oh, she deserved it 6 months ago.
Well, I know, but, being undefeated in NXT and then coming here and just getting
buried. I know people don't like hearing that word, but when you lose clean to Carmella's eye candy, but she should not be beating Asuka. That's a joke.
Yeah. We had Rollins drop the belt to Ambrose. I just cannot stand Ambrose. That guy's just gross. I wish he'd shower.
I was like, first of all, I'm not. You don't like Ambrose. Mm-hmm. I don't mind him. However, a few years ago, when Rollins was a heel and Ambrose was the face, they put out some damn good matches. They had some really good chemistry there. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed.
That wasn't a very good match.
It was not a good match. It was not a good match at all. I expected more for those two. I really did.
Yeah,
but I think I'm going to go out there. But I think Rollins is going to win the Rumble and challenge Brock.
Really?
Do it for Roman.
Do it for Roman, yeah. Because now if Rollins doesn't have the IC belt,
bingo,
put another one on him.
Bingo. And what a thing to think about. Putting a wrestling championship on a good wrestler.
On a good wrestler
that will be there every week.
Brock wasn't even at TLC.
No. Are you kidding me?
Every other champion was. I don't get it. Daniel Bryan beat AJ Styles. I don't like this new Bryan. I never cared for Daniel Bryan. He's another one that just looks gross and needs a shower. Nia Jax and Ronda, that was a pretty good match, I thought.
Yeah.
Ronda, she flops around a lot, which makes it, I don't know if it makes it look more real that she's getting flopped around instead of more control in her falls. But man, she can go.
And she can sell like a champ.
She sells like, okay, she's really hurt, but
yeah. I mean, that's what I like about her.
Yeah, she's like a natural.
Exactly. And I know the powers that be tell him to do this, But Brock never sells like that, ever.
Very rare. Very rare.
Never.
So yeah, Ronda beat Nia. That was predictable.
Very predictable. Ronda's not going to lose the belt on a D pay-per-view like TLC.
Yeah, but that was one of the best pay-per-views I've seen in a long time.
I mean, the A pay-per-views are Royal Rumble,
the top
Mania.
four. Top four.
She's not going to lose the belt at TLC.
No, I wasn't expecting to lose the belt, but and then Braun showed up.
I was thoroughly entertained by that match.
That was pretty cool.
I was up at my in-laws' house and I didn't see the first couple matches, and this guy was giving me updates, and when he told me the update about Braun versus Corbin, and everybody was coming out, I was like, I gotta watch this. When I went on the network when we got home, I played it from the beginning, and I fast forwarded it to that spot, and I was laughing my ass off. I was like, I thought that was a genius way, because I don't think Brock is legitimately. I don't think he's 100%. I don't think he's
Braun
cleared.
is still.
I don't think he's cleared.
But they had to get rid of Corbin.
Yeah.
So storyline wise, he had to show up and at least pin the guy.
Yeah.
He didn't take a bump. He didn't throw a punch, and they did it. I thought it was neat
And one thing
and legit.
Is
no DQ.
It was no DQ, but all those guys that came out and beat him up. I know it was supposed to be a joke, but I kind of like Apollo Crews doing that frog splash. That was a pretty good frog splash.
He doesn't usually do a frog splash?
No, I've never seen him do a frog splash.
Oh, I'm not a fan, so I that's usually bathroom break time, I guess, maybe for
Apollo Crews has such talent. They have just crapped all over him since they brought him up.
They brought him up either too soon or didn't have anything for him.
Yeah, exactly. They brought him up too soon. He needed a year back in NXT.
They just need to concentrate more on character development.
Yeah.
Just because the guy is in NXT and he's a fan favorite and he can wrestle, just don't bring him to Raw to bring him to Raw. Bring him up with a story or something, Otherwise, he just flounders like everybody. Anything else you want to talk about on TLC? That was actually, I liked it.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. There was, like I said, I think my least favorite match was Rollins and Ambrose, and I did not expect it. I really expected more from those two. I really did.
Any match that Ambrose is in is my least favorite match. That guy's just gross.
But Rollins, he could have a match with...
He could have a match with a paper bag, and it'd be good. And you put him in with Rollins or Ambrose, I just don't like it. So yeah, hopefully he dropped the belt to go on to bigger things. He doesn't need to be messing around with Ambrose. He needs to. I like your idea of winning the Rumble. So Vince McMahon showed up on Raw.
And by the way, this is off the topic, but even my wife noticed this last night. Vince looked bad. He looked terrible. He just looked terrible.
How old is he?
Bags under his eyes. He's
in his 70s, right?
Yeah, he's in his 70s. But oh my God, I think it's time for the old man to step down. I really do. He just looked gray. His color just looked gray.
Yeah, he did look sickly. Yeah, so
but the McMahons came out and didn't really say anything. They promoted Vince coming out for a week.
They came out to pretty much kiss the fans' butts.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to give you what you want. And then they introduce a couple new NXT people coming up. Get rid of some of the ones we have, because some of them...
I'm happy Nikki Cross is coming up.
I love Nikki Cross.
I know you don't like him, but I like EC3.
Oh.
I liked him in TNA.
That's like John Cena's mulatto stepbrother or something.
He's a very good cocky heel. I like him.
He just doesn't. To me, he doesn't have the look. You can have muscles, but he just looks. I don't know. Something's wrong with his face, and he tans like 12 times a day, right?
I have no idea.
He's got it at least 17 times a day. What else do we have on Raw? Yeah, Corbin's out. He got beat up again. I almost felt bad for him. It was like 2 nights in a row he got attacked by 6 guys.
We didn't even talk about Ronda coming out in the Brett.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty neat that they didn't even play her music. She just walked down calmly.
Yeah. The fans popped, and I'm like, what are they popping for? It's like, oh, there she is in the ring.
I thought that was nice that they didn't play her music. So many times guys are getting beat up, and all of a sudden,
hit the
music. You don't need music, just run down there, And I liked it that they went old school and didn't have her music play.
Yeah, it is.
I like her facial expression. She just calmly walked down there, pushed the ladder over,
and walked right out. It's like, hey, get this ladder out of my way. Yeah, so Ronda and Becky at WrestleMania.
Oh my God. And that should be the main event. It won't, but it should be.
It might. If Ronda's got a belt and Becky's this hot right now.
Oh my God.
Why couldn't it? You were predicting a woman's main event at WrestleMania.
It's got to be.
If they're going to do it, it'd have to be this one.
Especially this year, because I'm not really that excited for any male wrestler at the moment, really. I mean, I like Rollins, but...
And I liked Reigns, and now he's gone for at least a year, if not longer. Rollins, I don't know. That list of favorites for me is getting pretty thin. So
I'm still wondering what the grand plan, what they're going to do with AJ in the next year, because he's already beaten everybody on SmackDown.
Yeah.
I still say move him Raw.
I was totally expecting him to show up last night, with all the shake-up stuff they're doing, and bring him to Raw, get him on. I would think Raw's got more viewers than SmackDown. Put him out there. Yeah. What else? NXT. Yeah, they announced a couple more people coming from NXT. We'll see what we get. There's the only one I'm excited about is Nikki Cross.
What's that tag team? I never really heard of them.
The heavy equipment or something.
Heavy machinery.
Heavy machinery, and one of them's name is Dozer. And my brother's wrestling name when we'd create wrestlers as kids was I gave him the name Dozer.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that was cool. I think I was Rex Thunder.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So yeah, Mark, you want to do some football news?
Sure.
Because I think we're done with TLC and Raw.
Yeah.
Packers lost out of the playoffs.
I was very happy. Anybody that knows me knows I love the Packers. But there's 2 things in my life growing up that I loved was football and wrestling, especially Packers and wrestling. Mm-hmm. But here's the deal: I'm a realist. I hate it. It drove me nuts last week when I heard all these people talking on TV and the radio and at my work. Well, they still got a chance. They still got a 4% chance. No, they got a 2% chance. But they got to win the last 3 games, and they got to have 14 different things happen.
And Aaron Rodgers' mom has to bake a cake next Thursday. Then they have a chance.
Just rip the Band-Aid off. Now they know that they're not going to make the playoffs. We were just talking about this before we aired. I would not play Aaron Rodgers. No. I think it's stupid.
Just let him rest.
What's it going to help if he goes out there and blows his knee out, and then that's half of next year?
$160 million in the garbage.
Exactly. You have a lot of money invested in that.
That's got to last another 4 years.
Jimmy Graham, I have the utmost respect for Jimmy Graham and playing through that broken thumb. He's fractured his thumb, and he's got to catch a football from Aaron Rodgers, and he's played through it. Mm-hmm. But they got a 2 to 3 year investment in him.
Oh, did he sign that long?
Yeah.
I thought it was just 1.
I think it's at least 2.
Oh, well, that's good.
But he's got a broken thumb. I would sit him.
He didn't really do much this year, did he?
No, he didn't. They
should have because of the coach.
They should have, maybe. They should have
Does this cherry soda give you burps?
A little bit. Actually, a little bit.
Those smell good though.
They are very good.
Those are cherry burps.
Thank you, Feltz. I almost said Feltz Lumber. Feltz Farms.
Feltz Farms.
But they should have re-signed Jared Cook a couple years ago. That was the big.
I liked him, and look at him now.
Yeah,
he's the
relevant. only receiver for Oakland that's doing anything.
Yeah,
but Jimmy Graham, I was happy that they signed him. I was excited because I was thinking of Jimmy Graham from New Orleans. Well, Jimmy Graham's not the same guy from New Orleans.
That was what, 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Seattle didn't really do much with him.
No.
So yeah, we'll see what happens next year with the Packers because this year just was not their year.
See, I'm actually excited for the offseason because I think it's going to be, for the first time in a long time, Packer fans are going to have an interesting offseason for the Packers.
Yeah, a lot of movement.
New coach. They just said if things fall right by releasing players and stuff like that they should have about 55 million under the cap.
That's including probably getting rid of Clay Matthews, right?
Exactly. Clay Matthews and Randall Cobb, that's 20 million right there. Get rid of. And this new GM is not like Ted Thompson. He is more aggressive.
Ted Thompson was just a dope.
No,
he was a mouth breather.
He was dope, and he was very too conservative in today's world. I'm not saying spend wildly in free agency.
No,
but you gotta spend a little, dip your foot in it.
Yeah. Get somebody that's going to protect your quarterback or someone that's going to do something on defense. Because Aaron Rodgers,
way too conservative.
There's defenses on Rodgers 2 seconds after the snap.
Exactly.
He's
and in fairness,
rushed this year.
Anybody that knows me knows I love Aaron Rodgers. I'll defend him to the nth degree. He hasn't played the greatest either this year. In fairness, he'll never say it, and the Packers will never say it. And I said it at work. I think when it's all said and done, the season is over, I think you're going to find out that his knee is a little worse than he let on all year. Yeah. Because even his scrambles the last couple of weeks, they said he's healthy, but his scrambles aren't even. I mean, it looks like he's still kind of limping on.
What is he? 34, 35?
Just turned 35.
Yeah. So he's not young.
In fairness, though, look at Breeze, look at Brady. You can still play good quarterback if you got a team around him.
Yeah, exactly. You got.
I look at this year's Packers team like I did, and not many people will say this, but as I do the Saints. The Saints for like 3 straight years, like a few years ago, went 7-9, 6-10, 7-9, and then all of a sudden they got lucky. I shouldn't say got lucky. They hit on a great draft class, and now they're back to being all world beaters. So every team goes through this. It's just the Packers' time, And I don't think they'll stay down.
No, they can't.
That's just like the other day. I mentioned to a bunch of people I know. The Bears. Yeah. I wouldn't have said this last week. I like their defense. I don't like their quarterback. I think the quarterback's very average. But I will guarantee you they're not doing anything in the playoffs. Do you know why? No. Why I say that?
Why?
Is because Sunday they acted like they won the Super Bowl. Yeah. They beat a 5-7 team, and they acted like they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was division rivals, so I think it was just bragging rights, pretty much.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you ever see New England acting like that over a regular season title? Like, no.
Well, you don't. They win them all the time. It's like waking up every morning.
The Packers won 8 and 10 years. I don't remember ever the Packers going berserk in their locker room. It's a division title. Nobody remembers division championship. Yeah. Yeah, they don't. Well, it has been their first time in how many years? Well, yeah, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally understand. It's just
I just couldn't believe that. I mean, they had a camera inside the Bears locker room, and they were just going berserk. I'm
were they? I didn't see that.
What in the world? I couldn't believe that. like I said, the Packers
Act like you've been there before.
The Packers won 8 division titles under McCarthy, and I don't ever remember the Packers just going, big deal.
Popping champagne.
Big deal. We won a division championship.
See you guys tomorrow. Practice is at 8.
Yeah.
So you're still going with Rams and Chargers for the Super Bowl?
Rams. Well, yeah. Did you see my Chargers last week beat Kansas City?
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes
That's my team.
Mahomes just stopped, right?
Yeah, he's not.
He's just.
He came off.
Maybe he's hurt or something.
Out of the gates strong. Mm-hmm. And then the last
3 or 4 weeks has just
month,
been
he's kind of
lackluster. I don't know what's going on.
But I think now that the Packers are out of it, I got to pick a different team, not permanently, but for the rest of this year. And I've been on
Chargers.
I've been on that Chargers bandwagon.
Ooh, you look good in baby blue.
Just because they got a couple of former Badgers.
Yeah, Melvin Gordon,
Derek Watt.
Yep. Yeah, the Watt boys. We decided to do a top 10 this week. It took a while to just, figure out what kind of top 10, because we've only done 16 of them. So most wrestlers have a finisher.
Finishing moves.
We're going to do a top 10 favorite finishers. So.
Yes. Single wrestling finishes.
Yeah. We're going to try a tag team finishers maybe next week. But that's, So, anyway, top 10 finishers. You want to go first, bud?
My top 10 finishing move, I liked the guy that did it, and I kind of liked the move. Always knocked the guy out. My number 10 is the go to sleep.
That's what I got at number 10.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I love CM Punk. It
wasn't like,
it was nothing flamboyant or anything. You just you lift them up on your shoulders and you drop them on your knee.
Yeah, it wasn't like flashy. It was like, wow.
But it worked. Punk wasn't the biggest guy, and for him to get 250 pounds on his shoulders and then drop them on your knee, I liked it. Worked for me. So I'd go to sleep. So give me your number 9.
My number 9, this is my outside of the box. Anybody that has watched this show knows I like going outside the box for these top 10s. Mm-hmm. And the wrestler that did this move, I don't even know if he still wrestles anymore, but I love it, love this finishing move. Then my number 9 is a move called the Canadian Destroyer. Petey Williams. Look it up.
He's a little bit higher on my list, but I'm surprised you got him on there.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's. Yeah.
I love that move. His Petey Williams, he's not the greatest wrestler.
I don't think he works anymore.
I don't think he does either.
But that's one of the first time I saw
First time I saw, I was watching an episode of TNA, and I was like, he's just gonna do like a
sunset flip.
Yeah, sunset flip.
Nope.
I'm like, what in the world?
It looks like he screwed up.
I had a DVR and I had to rewind it like a couple times. Like, what?
Yeah, you had to watch it in slow motion because it's so fast and fluid, and it almost looks like he's screwing it up.
But they would never, ever, ever in a million years allow that in the WWE. So never in a million years allow that in the WWE.
So it's a sunset flip into a pile driver. Yeah, it's awesome. Google it, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Canadian Destroyer.
YouTube. They have like compilations. Awesome. I got it higher. I could have sworn.
I've got it. That's not outside the box for me, man. That's one of my favorites. My number 9 is the Tombstone.
Mine's a little higher.
You got that?
A little higher.
Yeah. It's just one of those moves back in the day when the Undertaker put you.
In fairness, Don Morocco did it 25 years before the Undertaker.
Yeah, but did he have a name for it?
I don't think so.
It was like an inverted pile driver or something. There's not a whole lot of people that pop out of a tombstone or kick out. So that was 9. I don't know what I'm saying. Give me your number 8.
Yeah. My number 8, I always liked this particular move in other territories. and this guy made it famous. My number 8 is Sweet Chin Music.
Yeah. Super kick.
Yeah, I've always liked the super kick, and there is a guy in world class. His name was Gentleman Chris Adams, and he did a super kick. It was out of this world. I've always been partial to the super kick.
Yeah, you got to be flexible to get your leg up that high, and then and nimble to not lose your balance. So yeah, I wrote it down. It's in my honorable mentions, but it just did not make my 10. My number 8's the X Factor, X-Pac. I don't even know what is it? It's just like a face plant.
Yeah.
It's just a hopping face plant, which is pretty cool. It looks good. Not that it, won him any championships. I just think it looks like it could hurt. It looks good. How about your number 7?
My number 7, after I say it, I'm gonna say who did this move. But my number 7 is a pile driver. Paul Orndorff's jumping pile driver.
Oh yeah, I can't believe he hasn't. Maybe he has. How many people?
Because how many people?
You can't even do a pile driver, a regular pile driver.
Not even now, but how many people back in the day would just do a regular pile driver and they just sit,
Yeah.
But Paul Orndorff was the first one that he actually got some air.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that one. That one looked devastating. I would hate to screw that up because look at Stone Cold. I think that's the reason they don't do pile drivers because was it Owen?
Owen fucked that up. I'm sorry to use that word, but Owen screwed that up big time.
That compresses all your vertebrae.
Owen did a tombstone, but instead of sitting on his knees, he had a mental brain fart and did the actual pile driver.
Oh,
so there's nowhere for the head to go.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Jam it into the ring.
Yeah. Yeah.
If Owen would have did the tombstone like how Stone Cold's head wouldn't even come close.
Yeah.
And I think that's why Stone Cold retired as early as he did.
Yeah, because he was out for 2 minutes?
Yeah.
At least 2 or 3 minutes, just paralyzed. What do you call them, stingers?
Yeah.
My number 7 is Styles Clash.
He was on my honorable mentions.
Yeah, I love AJ Styles.
The thing that pisses me off though about that, and it has nothing to do with AJ, is when's the last time you saw?
He sets up for it, but the guy always kicks out of it. Or
he'll set up for it, or he'll do it, but the guy always kicks out.
I bet you Vince won't let him use it.
TNA.
That's all he did.
Nobody ever kicked out for that move.
Yeah. It's probably something management doesn't want him doing, or I don't know. But he used to that was his bread and butter.
Yeah.
How about your number 6?
My number 6 is probably I know it's gonna be higher on yours, but this was iconic when I was a kid. My number 6 is the Flying Elbow, Macho Man.
Oh man, I forgot. That's my honorable mentions. That should have been on here.
That's not on your list. Oh my God! As much as you like Savage.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I would have.
It's
wow.
I know. I feel bad. Yeah, but I can't move stuff around. I was gonna cross this one out and put the elbow.
No, don't do it now. But still, that was my guy when I was a kid, and that was my finishing. I love that. Nobody.
It's an elbow off the top rope, but the way he does it, it's just like blows up in the air.
It's the point beautiful. Of his elbow would just land right on. He never screwed it up. Never.
No. Yep. So I don't think Savage ever hurt anybody.
No.
My number 6 is Rollins.
Curb stomp?
No, Rollins finisher. It's the superplex and then right into a Falcon Arrow. That's just so fluid and beautiful. It's just a superplex alone is right, and then to stay connected to him and then roll into a Falcon Arrow. It's just beautiful. I love it. How about your number 5?
My number 5. As soon as we came up with this list, this is the first thing that kind of came to my mind. My number 5 is Rob Van Dam's Frog Splash.
Oh yeah, he gets some height and distance. Because Eddie Guerrero uses it too.
Eddie Guerrero did it really good too. I'm not discounting Eddie, but watch the old matches of RVD and ECW. Oh,
yeah.
He used to get like 20 feet in the air.
Yeah. Yeah. A little different than WWE days.
Yeah.
It's just like WWE just so watered down. They watered down everything. And,
Yes.
all right. Anyway, my number 5 is the DDT. Whenever Jake the Snake did a DDT, that was beautiful. Raven had his own, almost like a snap DDT. There's just different variations.
Arn Anderson used to do a DDT too.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Because
that was like almost
lefty. He was a lefty.
Yeah.
He did it with lefty.
Yep.
But and your favorite Ambrose uses it too. See, you're a closet Ambrose fan. I knew it. I know what he is.
I didn't even know he used that. I don't think I've ever watched a full Ambrose match. Usually a bathroom break or grocery shopping. Let's see. That was my number 5. Let me see your number 4.
My number 4. I don't have to say anything more because this guy did all the talking for me. Is a Tombstone.
Tombstone.
Whenever Undertaker went like this,
Yep.
you always kind of sat up in your seat because you knew it was happening.
You know where the Tombstone's coming. Yep. My number 4 is the Canadian Destroyer. Number 4, man.
I'm telling you, anybody out there, go look it up on YouTube.
Yeah,
they have like compilations.
If you don't know what a Canadian Destroyer is, look it up. Do it. Thank us later. How about your number 3?
This? No, number 3. The wrestler that used this, I'll freely admit, he ripped this off from another wrestler. But
We got the same one.
RKO.
Yep. Diamond cutter.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as you said ripped it off, like, yep.
It's the same move.
It's the same
exact move.
Diamond Dallas Page actually, well, they both have. They can do that move out of they say out of nowhere, and literally you can just, as soon as someone's in the air, their head's near you, you can just spin and grab them and drop them. So yeah, I love RKOs. Diamond cutters too. Yeah. Oh, that was on the nuts.
Yeah, we got 2 on the nuts.
All right, give me your number 2 then.
My number 2, who knew I had to put this on here? I just love everything about this guy. My number 2 is Stone Cold Stunner.
I'm surprised that's not your number 1. Now I don't know what your number 1 is. I could have swore we were going to be matching number 1s. Huh. Yeah, that was just
I will always say the best thing that ever happened in hindsight to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Getting fired from WCW.
Well, that too.
Oh.
But the best thing that ever happened in hindsight to Stone Cold Steve Austin is when he got hurt from Owen. Because for a good 6 months, he couldn't wrestle because he was technically cleared.
He didn't take bumps.
But remember, he would always come out on Raw.
Yeah.
He stunned Vince. Then he would come out and stun whoever. And that got him over so bad with the crowd.
Yeah.
And by the time he was actually clear to wrestle, oh my God.
He could go, and he had his arsenal set because everybody loved the Stone Cold Stunner. My number 2 is Ember Moon's Eclipse.
I wasn't even thinking about that, but that's a great move.
It's just the first time I saw her do it, I thought she screwed it up. I'm like, what are you doing? And it's like, no, that's beautiful.
Exactly.
It's like another one that's, I think if you do it wrong or you time it off, well, I don't know. You just got to make sure you're lined up when you're jumping off. I don't really think you get screwed up. Because it's almost like a snap suplex from the top rope, right? Is that what you call it? Because she spins in the air and then catches.
Actually, in fairness,
it's almost like a snap-mare Stone Cold Stunner, right?
That's exactly what it is. Is she's coming off the top rope and in midair, which takes unbelievable talent and athleticism. in midair, she turns her body to wherever her opponent is, and then she'll catch her opponent and do a stunner.
Yeah.
So she gets extra momentum from the top rope.
Yep. I think it's awesome.
Yes. First time I saw her do it, I'm like,
What was that?
did she just do that?
I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
All right, give me your number one.
My number one. This he already mentioned. My number one is the DDT.
Whoa, really? Number
Yeah.
one, huh?
Yeah, Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
I just that finishing. Everybody else you mentioned had great DDTs, but Jake did it so violently. I mean,
Yeah. Just slaps the back and just.
Oh my God! As soon as he slapped the back, he just wham.
Yep. It was awesome.
Yes.
It was just perfect.
I
That was probably the perfect move for his character too,
Yeah.
because he spent a lot of his career as a heel, and even I remember was he in WCCW, or
he was in NWA.
Okay, I thought he was in Texas wrestling somebody.
He might have been. He might have been.
A lot skinnier, but I forgot where I saw it. But yeah, he was using that for a long time. My number one was a Stone Cold Stunner. I can't believe that's not your number one, but I like your number one. Awesome, I love it. So yeah, that's.
I can't believe you didn't have the flying elbow.
I should have replaced the X Factor with the elbow. I just like the X Factor, and I think Brie Bella uses it now.
Yeah.
And it still looks good.
So how many did we match?
3, I think. Stone Cold Stunner, Diamond Cutter or RKO, Canadian Destroyer. Oh, there's a DDT.
We got 2 on the nuts.
5.
We had Stunner,
Yeah.
RKO, Tombstone.
Yep.
You didn't have Frog Splash.
No.
You didn't have Flying Elbow.
No.
And you had
So we had 2 on the nuts and 5 matches.
1, 2, 3. No, we had 6. Because we had DDT, Stone Cold Stunner, RKO, Tombstone, Canadian Destroyer.
Oh, there's a Tombstone. I didn't mark
go
the
to sleep.
Tombstone. All right, so January 8th, we're going to do Chapter 2 of Point 4. We're going to have the gang back in the studio, so that's going to be fun.
Yes, that should be a blast. I hope you liked the first episode, everybody.
Yeah, we got a lot of views on that one. A lot of people are sharing it, so that's good. I think next week we're going to start doing giveaways. So new subscribers to either the YouTube or new, what do they call it on Facebook? Fans? Page likes. Probably a page like. Any new page likes that'll put you in a contest to win something. So we'll have some stuff here next week. And then episode 19. A couple more, we'll be up to 2.
Yeah.
What did we say 25 was going to be? We're going to have a big party. Maybe we'll get some balloons or something. Bake a cake. Are you reading? What are you doing? You listening to me?
Yeah, we can bake a cake. I'm just going over. We don't want to do honorable mentions.
Oh,
We usually do honorable mentions.
yeah.
Just,
Okay.
we don't have to if you don't want to, but
5 minutes. I had Pedigree.
I had Pedigree.
I had an F5.
I had the F5. I had the Choke Slam.
Did you have an electric chair?
What the hell was an electric chair?
That's one of Edge's finishers. He puts them on your shoulders and he just falls back.
Oh, I
No?
remember that.
How about
Spear?
Alabama Slam?
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
The Razor's Edge.
Razor's Edge. What about a gore or a spear?
I had a spear.
Power bomb?
Power bomb I had.
Swanton bomb?
No, I didn't. I forgot about that one. Jackhammer.
Rock bottom. Did you say rock bottom?
No, I didn't.
I almost put this in my top 10, Gorilla Press Slam, because I love the Warrior. It wasn't really much of a finisher. You just pick them up and drop them, but Warrior. Yeah.
And that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. So, Canadian Destroyer. Yeah.
I was so happy you had that on there.
Of course. Of course. All right, guys. That is episode 18. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Keep it real.
Peace out, everybody.
Peace out, baby.
Canadian Destroyer, Mikey. I love you. Good job.
Your face when I said that, you're.
Not skipping, gotta keep spinning. Lines are firing, I'm twitching in the kitchen. Days go by and the world's about